My sister-in-law ignored her dying father to demand his money, so his brutal will legally destroyed her plans.
My husband's older brother Denton died in February after 18 months of cancer. He and I had run a landscaping and property management firm together for 22 years. Nothing flashy. Crews, contracts, equipment yards, early mornings, hours. Denton had 2 kids from his first marriage. His son Marcus, 31, who'd started riding mowers at 17 and now oversaw 3 regional crews with the kind of quiet authority that made contractors actually listen. And his daughter Priya, 33, who hadn't maintained steady work since leaving a marketing agency 6 years ago after deciding corporate structure conflicted with her values. Priya had a plan. She mentioned it casually and often, the way people mention a flight they've already booked. Once Denton's estate settles, she'd say, present tense, like it was already deposited, already real. She said it at Thanksgiving. She said it to her partner Eli, who had apparently restructured his own finances around a figure Priya gave him with absolute confidence. When Denton got sick, Marcus rearranged everything. He managed the business weekdays, drove his father to treatment on Tuesdays, showed up Sundays to handle whatever the week had left undone. Lawn care, bill sorting, medication pickups, just sitting there. He never mentioned the company's valuation once. Priya visited 5 times in 18 months. I remember because I logged it without meaning to. Each visit ran 2, maybe 3 hours. One afternoon she asked Denton, while he had an 4-line in his arm, whether he'd considered reviewing his asset documentation. I walked her to the porch and told her that question could wait indefinitely. I'm being practical, she said. Not today, I said. The reading was a Thursday. Marcus came directly from a job site, boots still carrying dried mud, jacket with the company logo across the chest. He sat down and put both hands flat on the table and waited. Priya arrived 8 minutes late, handbag I didn't recognize, and settled into her chair like she was attending a formality staged for her benefit. Can we skip the preamble? She said to the attorney. We all know the broad strokes. The attorney, a measured man named Gerald, looked at her briefly, then looked at me. He read every line. Denton's liquid assets and his personal property went to me, with explicit instructions to eliminate outstanding private debts, secure my own financial stability, and distribute any remainder equally between his children. Equally, Priya said, nodding slowly. And the firm itself? That's when the room shifted like pressure dropping before a storm. Gerald turned the page. 14 months before he died, Denton had restructured his ownership. He transferred 51% directly to Marcus, documenting sustained operational leadership as his justification. The remaining 49% was split, but Priya's portion carried a condition. Gerald read it without editorializing. Her share would sit in a restricted trust. To unlock it, she needed to show 4 consecutive years of verified full-time employment, confirmed each year. Any year she didn't qualify, that year's distribution would transfer automatically to a housing nonprofit Denton had selected. After the 4-year period, any unclaimed balance would pass permanently to Marcus. The room went still. That's not enforceable, Priya said, voice climbing. You cannot condition an inheritance on behavior. That is not legal. It is, Gerald said, and it's been executed. She turned to me. You knew. You helped him do this because you've always pushed Marcus. Denton didn't understand what I needed. I never got a fair. Priya, just her name. She stopped. I looked at her for a long moment. She looked like someone whose map had just been declared the wrong country. He understood exactly what you needed, I said quietly. That's the whole point of what he wrote. Eli, I heard later, had questions. Priya had some uncomfortable answers to give. Marcus took majority control the next month. He runs things almost identically to before. Of course he does. He already knew every moving part of every operation. He'd learned them by never once deciding they were beneath him.